Today, we are having a huge move to the upside. I'm Aaron, and in this video, I want to show you the 3 concepts that we use as indicators to help us see this move before it happened. Today is February 25th, and we had a major flag that actually played out. I'm going to switch over here and show you kind of what we're looking at. So on the charts today, you can see from the daily, we're getting this large green candle to the upside. Now, what are some of the reasons for this? Now, you could say, well, we're getting this trend line break. That is why. That's not why. We need to understand what is causing this. What are some of the things that we're seeing previously in the charts to help us see this, so next time we won't miss the move when it happens. So the first thing I really want to kind of point out here is we are getting a major resistance on this trend line. So there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, and there's 6 touches on this trend line. And this is on the daily, mind you. So pretty strong point here. And so when we got to this area, and I noticed that we started to kind of create a bunch of support at this area, this is what was telling me, okay, there's a really good potential for this to move up. So every day that we held this was another day that we're gaining strength to potentially move up. Now, we could have broke that and pushed down, but just know that we were creating major support. So there's a couple formations that we're seeing here. So this is what's called a 3-bar play. We have a green, red, green, which would create that upwards movement. And then after we got that, you'll notice that we created, these are very small things, right? And this is on the daily, but we created a higher high on the last 2 days. So we created that higher high, which was signifying we're probably building strength based on that support level that we had. And so that's kind of what we were looking at. So the 3 things that we talk about, the 3 concepts that I just mentioned at the beginning of this video was the structure. So the first thing that we saw was this structure of a bull flag. So if I go down to a lower time frame here, and what I want to do is actually, I'm going to remove all this on the charts really quick, just so I can show you kind of what we're looking at here. So I'm going to remove all this. And then what I want to do is I want to go down to the hourly. I'm going to zoom in, and you can see that this trend line is actually the bigger trend line that I was talking about on the daily, but we're actually going to remove that. And so I know that that trend line is there, right? But I'm not playing on that. I'm not playing based on the daily. I'm playing based on the intraday. So based on the intraday, what is something that I could see that was a nice setup? I can see this trend line here, right? So we got another bull flag to the upside that I was really watching. And this was really telling yesterday when we had, previously we had an area here, support here. And then at open yesterday, we pushed down, but then we actually pushed up hard off of that. So we broke up, and ever since then, we just kind of made our way back up. Now, in our Discord, make sure you check out the Discord. I'll post it up here for us. This area right here was where I said we were going to get to. And you can see we got there. We created some resistance. We actually pushed back. This is actually a healthy move if we're trying to get that move back up, right? And so I'll talk about that in our Discord a little bit more in details. Feel free to join our community. I talk about, I post setups based on what I'm seeing, and these things are playing out, right? This morning, just to kind of mention it, we were at 150 pre-market, and I said that we could probably get up to 400, and you can see what we're doing today. This is at, what time is it? 1:30 or so in the day, Eastern, and so we still have time. I would predict that we're probably going to try to get that move to the upside. So we see the structure. The next thing we see is levels, right? We get to this area, we see resistance. Once we break that resistance, we're actually looking at support. And so now we're building support at this level to then push back up. That's exactly what we did. You can see this strong move to the upside. And at this point, you should be feeling really good because this is 250-point move. If we get it to that 400 level, which on MNQ, not NQ, MNQ, we want to be risk, have risk management in play. This is a nice move. So just know that. That's the second concept. The third concept that I talk about is understanding the price action. So just seeing what those candles are doing. Now, I'm really showing you at a higher level of the hourly, but when we trade, I'm actually on the 5 and the 2 minute, and we can really find excellent setups based on these levels. So I'll give you an example really quick of kind of what we're looking at here. And so one of the just kind of the indicators I use as a guide is the 9. And so that's what this is here. But look at what we see here. So just off the bat, I see this major controlled move down after a huge move to the upside, right? This is just a controlled move down, right? And so once we get that push up, and then we get basically a retest here, right there is a retest to then push up. Now, this is a slow grind to the upside, but this is a beautiful move that we post every day. These are moves that can create $300, $400, even $1,000 in a day. So if this is something that you find helpful and you want to see more videos, more content, and just understand how to trade without all the indicators. You don't need all the indicators. I do use the moving averages here, but we're really based on structure, based on levels, and then based on price action. Again, I'm Aaron. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button if you think this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next video.